Hey everyone, love to see you again. My name is Eggfur and I'm going to show you these two contraptions today. They are both one wide, tileable, silent, one tick clocks. So they're the fastest clock you can get in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And also, interestingly enough, you cannot create these clocks in Java. It's not possible to make a one wide, tileable, silent clock in Java Edition. Also, just to note, the typical way of doing a one wide clock, fast clock, is to use observers. These are faster than an observer clock in Bedrock Edition. So if you want to maximize the speed at which you sending stuff out from a dropper or something, then don't use an observer clock. These are faster and they're also silent, unlike an observer clock, which would typically be activated through a piston. So I'll show you how to build these.
Okay, so let's dive straight in.
I'm going to show you two different layouts for how to build this clock because they'll be useful in different situations. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some temporary blocks down, a piston, an obsidian block here, and then we put a temporary block there and another piston facing up with an obsidian block on it. And now I can put a torch here, a torch there, and I've got a clock. So that's a really good start. However, I want it to be switchable. So I can turn it off. I've put a lever here. I can turn that clock off, but it won't come back on again. And that's because to turn it back on, I would need a lever here and a one tick pulse. So even a longer pulse will not work. It's got to be start with that one. It's going to be a one tick pulse. So how am I going to do that? So I'm going to come down here, place a solid block, a couple of temporary blocks, and then I'm going to put an observer here, one more observer powering downwards with its face at the top, a temporary block here, and another observer there. Okay, and what that observer line will do is it'll send that one tick pulse we need to this bottom piston. So now, in theory, if I put a lever here, I can turn my clock on, I can turn it off, and turn it back on. However, at the moment it's inverted, so when the power is off, the clock is on, and when the power is on, the clock is off. That's not really what I want, so I can quickly swap that round using a torch. So I've put a torch here. Now my clock turns off and my lever allows it to come back on again. So that is build number one for a completely silent one tick clock, which is one wide, it's tileable, and completely switchable on and off. Let's have a look at the alternate layout. So for that, I'm going to build up a couple. I'm going to place some obsidian here and a couple of temporary blocks on top. Remove that one and put a piston just there. Okay, this can go, these can go. And then I want to place another piston here. Don't need that one. Obsidian there. And once again, now if I place torches there and there, I'll get a clock. So the next job is to make it switchable, and we're going to do that. We're going to start off by inverting the input with the torch like we did before. So now the clock is off, and then I need to be able to turn this back on with a one tick pulse. So I'm going to power this block to do that using observers again. So here we go. Nice and simple. Put a lever onto here, and when I turn the lever on, the clock comes on. When I turn it off, it goes off again. So that's pretty cool, right? A couple of one tick clocks, which are silent, one wide, tileable. Something you can't do in Java Edition, you can do in Bedrock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and I'll show you how to turn these into a one wide tileable auto dropper in another video. So look out for that one. Please subscribe to the channel and you'll be able to get access to all of my content through there. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.